Welcome to the 2025 NAHL Award Show. I'm your host, Ava Cruchon. This season featured high-caliber athletes from across the league making an impact. With over 875 players hitting the ice this season, we want to recognize some of the top talent from across the league. Kicking things off are the players who made an impact in their debut season. Here is your NHL All-Rookie team. Forward, Ferry Natutzel, Minnesota Wilderness.
Power play.
Already a minute gone.
Margino working back in. He sends that to Nudizl. Slap shot. Scores.
And that is why.
Forward, Richard Rusarito, Northeast Generals.
At the far side, body flying there at Ian Emery. He'll make his way back to his feet, but Will Perron will enter at the far blue line. Hands to the point, he found Rusarito. Richard Rusarito turning and firing, he scores!
Forward, Harrison Smith, Maryland Black Bears.
Manobrat shot, blocked right in front of the slot. Goes back out to the point. Manobrat does a good job keeping it alive at the blue line. Cross ice feed on the money, out in front, they score! Smith.
Defense, Ryan Lund, Austin Bruins.
Gains the line, watched by Mahler. Elbert throws one on net, stick saved by Swedes. Rebound to the corner, controlled by the Bruins. Up top, Luke Balkazian comes across. Shot, it's in by Lund.
Defense, Mason Stanger, Maryland Black Bears.
The pass out of the reach of Bose. Santiago out of the box. Here comes Stanger, 5-on-5. Nice pass in front. Smith, one more for Nielsen. Save! Score! Mason Stanger!
Goaltender, Ryan Cameron, Lone Star Brahmas.
Look throw, fanned on his clearing attempt. Valdez races over the near side, bumped off the puck. Kemp a turnaround blast, that was stopped by Cameron. Pelton.
Let's now dive into the list of the athletes who made the All-NHL team. These players come from every division and are some of the top talent from across the league. Every player too on this list will soon be heading to play Division I college hockey. Here's your All-NHL team. Forward, Alex Lorenza, Austin Bruins.
A chance for Bynum. Takes his sweet time. Give it to the right. Lorenza, a shot and he scores! Alex Lorenza.
Forward, Nico Turnus, Danbury Hat Tricks.
Billiquay. Giselle at top of the umbrella. Far side Tornis. Tornis change positions. A shot, he scores! Nico Tornis.
Forward, Ollie Genest, New Hampshire Mountain Kings.
Zone on it, Ollie Genest. Genest gets it back over the line. Drops it off for Johnson. Now Genest with a drive and a score.
Defense, Brock Devlin, Anchorage Wolverines.
This hockey game, 3 minutes left in overtime. As out of the box comes Eilers. We're 4-on-4 until the next whistle. Devlin back in for Anchorage. Shoots, score!
Defense, Kyle Miller, St. Cloud Norseman.
Sandu. Wishart. Right side. Oh, they score.
Goaltender, Thomas Anderson, Bismarck Bobcats.
Short-handed breakaway. This time it's Moxham. Kate Moxham right in. Fires one. What a save made by Anderson. Holy moly. Can you believe that?
Congratulations to all the athletes who have made these prestigious lists and being recognized for their work on the ice. We still got plenty of awards to cover, so let's move ahead to the Head Coach of the Year honors. This head coach is a first-year bench boss for this NAHL team and was able to lead his team to an historic run, especially for their organization. Hailing from the Wisconsin Wendigo, John Mitchell is your Head Coach of the Year. We caught up with him as he shares on what it means to be a part of this very select group of coaches to receive this award.
Another, in the same breath, it's an honor and tremendously humbling. If you go back, and look back at some of the recipients of this award, there's been some really great coaches that coach in this league and that have been, recognized and won this. There's some really great coaches currently coaching in this league that have won this. And then there's going to be, down the line, there's going to be some really great coaches in this league and that are going to win this award. So From that standpoint, it's tremendously humbling. And then, from this, in the same breath, it's an honor. When your colleagues, speak on your behalf like that, it really means a lot. And again, it's an honor to be sort of the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the face of the organization, because we had a really successful year, and we had a lot of things to be proud of. And I'm just glad that Wisconsin is getting some recognition for that.
So for yourself, we talked about this a little bit. Your first year NA coach, head coach. Reflecting back on your season, what were some of the biggest lessons and biggest takeaways that you had from the year?
The winning is really hard in this league. It's again a very, very competitive league. There's some really, really well run organizations. There's some tremendous coaching staffs. There's some tremendous players, and it only pushes you as an individual and as a team to be better. I think that was the biggest takeaway. And then lastly, just a great place, for kids to continue to develop and hone their craft, and a good developmental spot to continue to move players on that are having tremendous success in the USHL and the college ranks as well.
Reflecting on your year, what were some of the most memorable moments, or what was a highlight from the season that really stands out to you?
You sent me. I read that one, and it took me a little while to kind of think about it, because there were a lot. But I think one that it kind of always stands out was the seconds and the moments that we, when we clinched the playoff championship in Anchorage. I think that'll be a moment that always kind of sticks with me. It can, those types of moments when people talk about, time slowing down and everything happening slow motion. It was kind of a scenario of what was happening. Watching the guys go out onto the ice and celebrate, it was kind of everything had slowed down. I didn't really know what was going on around me. Kind of the euphoria portion of it kind of takes over. I was still actually, we had been hemmed in the zone so long and so hard and so much for like the last 5 minutes. Anchorage was just, just shift after shift coming at us, that I was just kind of trying to prep and make sure the next guys were ready to go out on the ice. And I didn't even see sort of the time winding down. And then all of a sudden, the buzzer sounded and everything sort of just like stopped. And I just ran down to the bench and hugged Coach Bryce Reddick. And then watching kind of the guys come over to the bench, there's a picture out there of them smiling and just celebrating, is something that will always kind of stick with me. And then lastly, there's always, guys that have played and, at a high level and have, what I think everybody sort of takes away from sports is the camaraderie side of it. That's something that, almost stays with you longer than any sort of winning moment or championship moment. It's just the experiences and the enjoyment you get with the guys on the team and the coaching staff and riding the bus and the hotel rooms and all of that stuff is something that, again, sticks with me for the long haul, and I'll never forget.
Yeah. And to kind of wrap this interview up and this excitement of you winning head coach of the year, what's next for the Wisconsin Wendigo? What's coming down the pipeline? I know we just wrapped up this one season, but the next season is quickly approaching.
Yeah, there's, I'm just starting to get my feet back underneath me. It's been a quick turnaround. We had a couple pre-draft camps that were successful. And obviously now with the news of us being sold and relocated to Milwaukee, there's a ton of excitement and buzz around that. And when you get that close, to something great, like we had last year and getting knocked out in the semis and, one game away from going to the championship game, it leaves you, with a little bit, wanting more. And so it's no rest for the weary. We're right back at it, and we're prepping for draft right now and getting everything situated for the move down to Milwaukee. Our new ownership groups are super excited for our draft coming up. And we have and then after that, main camp at the end of July. And, it's a really exciting time in the city and the suburbs of Milwaukee. And so I hope some of our guys returning and some of our freshman class coming in are as excited as our ownership group, because I think it's going to be something special.
We now are going to learn the name of the player who not only won one, but 2 Player of the Year awards. This athlete tore it up between the pipes as a rookie. His name is etched into the all-time NAHL record books as one of the youngest netminders in the league. Hailing from the Keystone State and serving as a keystone piece of the Lone Star Brahmas, Ryan Cameron is your NAHL Rookie and Goaltender of the Year. We caught up with him on what it means to win both awards.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. You know, I came into the league, I didn't really know what to expect, and I think a lot of it has to do with the kids in the Brahmas and coaches and teammates there. I feel like it's kind of a reflect of our team play, but yeah, it's just an amazing honor to receive it.
It's your first year in the league. Reflecting back on the year and the journey you've had, what made the NA the place to be for you?
Yeah, I think it was just the development that helped it. I really learned kind of just how to play junior hockey, kind of handle my schedule with, I was still doing school and obviously, so handling school and hockey and, the mental side of things, Dan really helped us with that, and just kind of always being in it and, taking every game one step at a time or one save at a time, one shot at a time. And really, it helped me just learn really valuable things.
Talking about that, you are one of the younger players in the league. How did you balance school and also perform so well between the pipes for the Lone Star Brahmas?
Yeah, it was kind of difficult sometimes. There's a lot of missing assignments I had to catch up on, but yeah, I think it's just really, we would practice in the morning. I think it's just handling your day well, going to the rink, doing your thing, and then getting home and kind of eliminating distractions and just focusing on school for a little bit and getting all that done.
Yeah, so obviously you had a very successful season, and I'm going to read off some stats. You had the top goals against average, top save percentage in the league, 9 shutouts over 30 games in the regular season. Reflecting back on it, what do you think made you so successful?
Yeah, I think preparation. I think Dan really prepared our team for every game, and I think it's really our team defense as well. We played very systematically, and I think the kids on our team really bought into playing team defense, and it made my job a lot easier, a lot of less scoring chances, and yeah, it's kind of just a culmination of a lot of things, but yeah.
Reflecting back on your year, what were some of the biggest lessons or biggest growth you've seen from your game?
I think just learning how to play with older players was a big thing for me. It's a heavy league. There's a lot of older players, and learning how to deal with, traffic in front of the net and staying focused in games was a big thing for me.
Wrapping this all up, what was the most memorable moment from the season with the Lone Star Brahmas?
Oh, wow. I don't know. I think probably my first game in Corpus Christi. We played them I think it was the beginning of November, end of October, but I got a shutout on my first game, and that was pretty cool. Like, I got there on a Wednesday, and I was in Corpus on a Thursday. So I think kind of just coming into the league and, kind of making a statement, I guess, right away was, made me happy. I was proud of myself, and it was, just started a great season for me.
We now are going to move from the blue paint to the blue line. The Defenseman of the Year honor is heading to a skater from Cali. The blue liner leads all defensemen in the league for total points and helped his team rage into the postseason. From the Anchorage Wolverines, Brock Devlin is your NAHL Defenseman of the Year. He explains to us what it means to win this award.
I think it's obviously a really cool award. I think what is most I don't know. I think the coolest part about it is just there's so many good defensemen in the NAHL that to win the award is really something special because there's so many other good players in the league and playing like in the Midwest. There's so many talented players. It was really cool.
This is your second season here in the North American Hockey League. Reflecting back on this year and kind of the journey, what made the NA the place you wanted to be?
For me, it was really Anchorage. I knew last year coming so close to winning it all, and what we had coming for us this year, especially with the new arena and the overall ownership group, the coaching staff, like it was a comfortable spot for me to go back to. So that made it really appealing to me. And then for the NA as an overall league, I knew like it was going to be very competitive again, as it is every year. So I saw a lot of growth from my game last year into the summer, and I knew it was going to be a challenge for me this year too. So it made it an easy choice.
Talking about your growth from last year to this season, you almost tripled in every single category. What contributed to that success, and what type of development did you see from your game most?
Just confidence, I think. You see it in every hockey player. I mean, you could have all the skill in the world and just you can't apply it. So I think having confidence, having your teammates have your back. We had an unbelievable team this year. I owe it to all those guys. Unbelievable coaching staff, ownership group. Like it's really just finding the right spot for you. And I knew deep down Anchorage was the spot for me, and just having that confidence, having everyone behind you is something special, and I don't take it for granted.
Yeah. Reflecting on your season, is there a moment that really stands out to you as a highlight moment to kind of wrap up your experience here in the North American Hockey League?
I think it's going to be kind of controversial, but when we lost to the Wendigo Game 5 in our own home barn, that was, I mean, obviously you want to win it all, but playing that last home game was really special for, I think, a lot of our guys. The whole crowd just cheering for you and really congratulating you for all the hard work we've put in. And the season we had a really good season. We wanted to come out on top. Obviously, that was tough, but I think that last salute to the fans was really special.
Talk a little bit more about that. Anchorage is such a special place because the whole arena fills up. Sullivan Arena fills. What is that like, getting the opportunity to play in such a huge home crowd?
Yeah, it's amazing. There's nothing else like it. I would say it's one of the top arenas in all of junior hockey. The fans are diehard. They know hockey. It's a super special place to play. We're all so lucky. The organization does a great job of selling tickets, and I mean, when you come to one game, you want to come back, and it makes it really easy to get excited for the games. There's that little extra. I think teams, when they came into our barn, they had a little extra fire to them, and obviously we wanted to win on home ice, so it made every game super electric.
Yeah. Looking ahead, you're heading to Dartmouth in the fall. What's on the horizon? What are you looking forward to most once you hit campus?
I'm really excited. It should be a fun new challenge. You always look forward to what you're going to do next, the next step in life. And there's a ton of great people and great players there that I know. And I'm excited to meet new people. The hockey is amazing there. Coaching staff is amazing. Just really excited to take the next step.
We now head to the Forward of the Year honor. This Toronto native played a critical offensive role for his team. Throughout the regular season, he had a scoring extravaganza and led the league in total points. Alex Lorenza of the Austin Bruins is your NHL Forward of the Year. He shares why heading back to Austin was a crucial role in his offensive prowess.
I think just coming back to the NAHL and to Austin for a second year, that comfortability factor, being back, same house, same billet, amazing billet there, and just my teammates helping me throughout the whole way. I think that getting my first year, getting my feet wet with the league, and then knowing what it's like, and then coming back for a second season, and also playing with two great players, Luke and EJ, the whole year, kind of building that chemistry, I think helped me have the success that I had this season.
Yeah, and with that, this is your second year in the league. What made the NA such a desirable spot and something that made you want to come back ultimately?
I think it was definitely just the location of it. Being from Toronto here, it's kind of harder for maybe schools to come out and see you just because the border. So playing in the States now, you're kind of closer and it's easier for schools to make the trips to come watch you. And yeah, I think just the exposure of it is really good and it kind of helped me get to where I want to go.
Ultimately, the reason why we're talking because you won Forward of the Year, because of your work on the ice. How does it feel to be recognized for your work this season?
Yeah, it's so honorable, so humbling. It's amazing. It feels so good. I was super excited when I found out just like all the work that you put in during the season, during the 8 months. Definitely something that I'm really happy about, and it's great to hear that.
And with this award, it was voted on by the coaches around the league. What does it mean to have them recognize you, especially for your work?
I mean, yeah, that's just amazing. Like I'm so honored to be able to receive that award. There's so many great players in this league. It's like full of amazing talent. So to be recognized by like a bunch of coaches around the league is definitely something I'm really proud of.
From last year to this season, almost every stat doubled for you. What was working and what contributed to that success?
Yeah, I mean, definitely having 1 year under my belt, which was last year, I think helped. And then obviously playing with two amazing teammates, like I said, helped me a lot. I wouldn't have been able to do it without them. And just again, being comfortable, going back to an amazing billet. I lived with this amazing older lady. She made it so welcomed me into her home. Like I felt like I was at my own home. So I think just all those factors kind of played into me being comfortable away from the rink, and then me being comfortable on the ice. And I think that's what helped to the success.
Yeah, so you've set a record for the Austin Bruins with 36 goals and 82 points in the regular season. What does it mean to have your name kind of etched into their record books now?
Super cool. Just maybe being able to go back there in the future. Maybe one day it'll get broken, but it's just for me and Luke, to my teammate, to be able to set records together this year was amazing.
Yeah. So you're heading to Union College in the fall. What's next for you? What's on the horizon and what are you looking forward to most once you hit campus?
Yeah, definitely super excited to kind of step into the next path of my hockey career. I'm just excited to kind of meet my new teammates and kind of get accustomed to like going back to school, I guess. It's been a couple of years since I've been taking classes, so I'm looking forward to just getting in the swing with things, of getting back to playing hockey and then kind of balancing the school hockey aspect.
Reflecting on your time with Austin, what is a highlight memory for you that stands out the most out of all of them?
Yeah, we had so I had such a great time the last 2 years. I would say maybe a highlight memory would be this past season, scoring an OT winner against St. Cloud in our home building, and then that was like the first time we were on like a 3 or 4 game losing streak, and then once we won that game, that's when we started our like record-setting team. I think we went on like a 20 game without a regulation loss. So that game winning that scoring that goal in OT, and then it kind of just started a super hot streak for us. I don't think we lost a single game in regulation all of November. So it's just, I think that kind of turning point, and then from that game we just ran with it until the playoffs.
Being named the most valuable player is no little thing. He hails from the state of hockey and features the most minutes between the pipes out of any goaltender during the regular season. He has picked up the most wins, features one of the top goals against average, and save percentages. His work in the blue paint ultimately helped his team win the Robertson Cup. From the Bismarck Bobcats, Thomas Anderson is the North American Hockey League's most valuable player. We caught up with him on what it means to be able to win this award.
Yeah, it's an honor. It's super cool to earn this award. Just all the work that I put in and the teammates that have been there to help me and support me and my coaching staff and all that. So I can't be more grateful than how I'm feeling right now. And it's just super special to be in this position right now.
For yourself, this award was voted on by the coaches. What does it mean to know that coaches around the league are recognizing your work between the pipes?
It's pretty cool that they notice that too, and not just like the goalie coaches and the goalies that know. It's just like the head coaches that notice that stuff too, which is pretty cool to get noticed by that.
So this year, your team took home the Robertson Cup, and your team had a battle back in series after losing the first game. And for yourself, you faced a season high of 55 shots during Game 4 against the Aberdeen Weeks. Talk to me about the testament of the team that you were on this season, and also the testament of you to be able to battle back in situations and ultimately help your team win that Robertson Cup.
Yeah, we had a great team. I personally didn't. I don't think I had to do a lot this year. Like you said, the high was 55 shots. Is that what you said? Yeah, that's the highest shots I've ever gotten. So besides that, it's all been 30. It's been very minimal shots and not very much. But like I said, my team scores a lot of goals, and I just do my best to keep the puck out of the net. So it's been an unbelievable year, and it's still not really sinking in that we won that Robertson Cup. So it's pretty special. But yeah.
It's your first year in the North American Hockey League. Reflecting back on your year and your journey throughout the season, what made you decide that the NA was the place to be?
Yeah, it was close to home. So Bismarck is about 6.5 hours from where I'm from, Stillwater, Minnesota. So I knew that going to Bismarck would be a really close spot to my family that can come out and visit a lot. And Bismarck's an unbelievable town. It's just great fans, great atmosphere, and just like the billets that you have there, everyone's awesome. It's just the family there. It just feels super comfortable, and I don't regret any decisions I made going to Bismarck.
Yeah, so this year was a very successful season for yourself. And I'm going to read off some stats. You led the league with the most game plays played with 58. You posted a 1.58 goals against average, 46 wins, 936 save percentage, 9 shutouts. What about this year did you feel like went most right for you? And how did you get there ultimately?
Just feeling comfortable and confident, especially with my team and coaching staff. I just felt like I just could be myself, and there's no pressure or anything. So I think that's ultimately when my best game comes out, is when I'm just feeling comfortable and confident. So that's about all. I really couldn't do it without them. All the support they give me. So it's been awesome.
Now looking ahead, you're heading to Niagara in the fall. What's on the horizon for you?
I mean, go there and do the best I can, and just have an unbelievable first year, and kind of get comfortable right away, and hopefully just do the best I can, try my hardest, and have fun. That's all it really is.
Congratulations to our award winners, and thank you for tuning in to the award show. As the 2024-2025 season comes to a close, the next season is heating up. Next week, we have the 2025 Futures Draft and NAHL Entry Draft. Make sure to tune in. We'll see you next week.